Italian men over 50 don't try to dress young. They dress with purpose, with ease, with quiet precision, and somehow they always look sharp. In this video, we're unpacking why Italian men seem to get better with age, at least when it comes to style. But this isn't about copying anyone. It's about understanding a few key principles and applying them to your own wardrobe in a way that feels authentic. You'll learn 5 timeless habits that keep Italian men looking refined well into their 50s, 60s and beyond. No chasing trends, no trying to impress, just smart dressing, rooted in confidence, structure and subtle detail. Let's start with the one piece they wear better than almost anyone, the unstructured blazer. Chapter 1. Structure without the stiffness, the Italian blazer upgrade. If there's one piece of clothing that captures Italian style better than anything else, it's the unstructured blazer. Now, don't let the word blazer scare you off. This isn't about being dressed up. It's about looking put together, even when you're completely at ease. Most guys over 50 default to one of 2 options. Either they go full formal with a stiff, outdated jacket, or they avoid structure altogether and live in hoodies. The Italian gentleman, he sits perfectly in between. The secret is the unstructured blazer. No heavy shoulder pads, no stiff lining, just clean lines that follow the body naturally. It gives you shape without the bulk. You can wear it over a polo, a crew neck tee, even a lightweight sweater, and it never looks like you're trying too hard. Take the Buck Mason Mosswood Tropic Twill carry-on jacket. It's tailored but relaxed. The kind of blazer you throw on and forget you're wearing until someone compliments you on how sharp you look. And if you want to elevate it even more, look to Canali's K Unstructured Double-Breasted Blazer, made in Italy, lightweight wool silk blend. The double-breasted design adds just enough distinction without going over the top. It's the kind of piece that says, I care, but I'm not showing off. Here's the thing. When we hit 50, our bodies change. A structured blazer that worked at 30 may now feel restrictive. Or worse, it highlights all the wrong areas. An unstructured blazer, on the other hand, flatters. It softens where needed and sharpens where it counts. What I love most is how versatile this piece really is. Pair it with tailored chinos, dark denim, even casual trousers. Add a soft polo underneath or a crisp cotton tee, and you've got the kind of outfit you can wear to dinner, to a meeting, or just while running errands in town. Effortless, but elevated. Italian men don't wear blazers to look formal. They wear them to look intentional. That's the mindset shift. You're not trying to impress. You're showing that you know who you are and what looks good on you. You don't have to dress like you're still in the office. And you definitely don't have to dress like your teenage nephew. Somewhere between the two is where Italian style thrives, and where most men over 50 should be aiming. So before you grab another windbreaker or reach for the same old zip-up fleece, consider this. A great unstructured blazer can do more for your confidence than a closet full of loud, trendy layers ever will. Chapter 2. Trousers that move with you. Let's talk about trousers, the quiet foundation of every sharp outfit, and also, let's be honest, one of the most overlooked parts of a man's wardrobe. Too many men over 50 settle for what's comfortable, but that often translates to trousers that are baggy, saggy, or just plain shapeless. You've seen them: wide legs, low rise, heavy fabrics that do nothing for your silhouette. Italian men don't make that trade. They don't choose between comfort or elegance, they expect both. And it starts with fit and flow. Trousers that move with you, not against you. You want trousers that drape well, sit naturally at the waist, and taper slightly as they reach the ankle. This doesn't mean skinny, it means refined, clean, intentional. A great example? The Alex Mill Standard pleated pant. These have a relaxed fit through the thigh, which many men appreciate, but with a single front pleat that brings a sense of form and purpose. They sit higher on the waist, which helps elongate the legs and avoids that sagging look that can age a man fast. Another excellent option is the Incotex Slim Fit Pleated Cotton Twill Trouser. Incotex is an Italian label known for precision tailoring, and it shows here. The pleats are subtle, the fabric has just enough structure, and the silhouette tapers naturally, not dramatically. These are trousers you can wear with everything from loafers to minimal sneakers. The beauty of this style is its range. You can dress them up with a blazer or wear them with a knit polo or crew neck sweater and still look pulled together. They're not restrictive and they don't shout for attention, they just do their job quietly and well. Now here's something most men don't think about: the rise of your trousers. That's the distance between the crotch and the waistband. Low-rise jeans and trousers, the kind that sit well below the waist, are not only unflattering after 50, but they're also uncomfortable. They constantly need adjusting, and they visually shorten your legs. Mid to high-rise trousers like the ones I mentioned create a cleaner line and a stronger posture. You'll also want to pay attention to fabric. Cotton twill, lightweight wool, and blended materials with just a touch of stretch are ideal. They breathe well, hold their shape, and move with your body. And as you sit, stand, or walk throughout your day, you'll feel and look more at ease. It's a small shift, but it makes a massive difference. The right trousers don't just change how your legs look, they change how your entire outfit feels. They show that you care about proportion, about comfort, and about how you carry yourself. And if you're curious where to start, the pieces I've mentioned are linked for you in the description below. Trust me, once you try trousers that truly fit and move with you, you'll wonder why you waited this long to upgrade. Chapter 3. Knitwear that elevates the everyday. There's something unmistakably refined about a man who wears knitwear well. Not a loud logo hoodie or a stretched out pullover, but true, Italian-style knitwear that frames the body and speaks softly with texture, tone, and craftsmanship. If you've ever wondered how Italian men manage to look polished doing something as simple as ordering an espresso, knitwear is the answer. The key lies in structure with softness. You want something that sits close to the body without clinging, that adds visual interest without shouting. It's about quiet elegance, the kind that works whether you're having lunch at a sidewalk cafe or heading to a relaxed business meeting. One of the best pieces you can add to your wardrobe is a short-sleeve knit polo. This isn't your average golf shirt. It's cleaner, denser, and far more intentional. The knit gives it weight and drape, elevating even the most basic outfit. Take the Zanona Ice Cotton Polo, for example. It's cut from a breathable cotton yarn that's designed to hold its shape, even in heat or humidity. The collar doesn't flop, the fabric doesn't sag, and the feel is crisp without being stiff. This is the kind of piece that can replace a dress shirt in summer, especially under an unstructured blazer. Another go-to option is the Sunspell Riviera Polo, the same design worn by Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, but more importantly, a favourite among well-dressed men who care about fit and simplicity. It's made in England from a lightweight mesh cotton that's soft and breathable, with a tailored cut that flatters without restriction. No logos, no unnecessary details, just pure, clean lines. What makes these pieces special is that they do more than just fill space under a jacket. They add texture and depth to your look, and they stand on their own. Pair one with pleated trousers and suede loafers, and you've already said more than most outfits can. There's also a psychological element to this. Knitwear feels intentional. It tells the world you got dressed on purpose, not by accident. It's a shift from what's easy to what's right. That matters more after 50 than ever before, because at this stage the goal isn't to impress others, It's to reflect who you are. Someone who values quality, comfort, and clarity in how you show up every day. And the right knitwear does exactly that. Softwear understated, masculine. It takes the everyday and makes it feel like you again. Chapter 4. The Italian Shoe Code, Never Too Casual. You can tell a lot about a man by the shoes he wears. In Italy, that's not a figure of speech. It's a quiet rule that shapes the way older men carry themselves. Even when dressed simply, their shoes never let the rest of the outfit fall apart. That's the difference. They don't reach for footwear out of habit. They choose it with purpose. And after 50, that mindset matters more than ever, because shoes say something, not loudly, but clearly. They speak to presence, self-respect, dignity. Now, I'm not suggesting you wear stiff Oxfords to grab a morning coffee, but if you're still leaning on worn-down sneakers or clunky slip-ons with rubber soles and squared toes, it's probably time for an upgrade. Italian men don't try to look younger. They dress in a way that reflects how they feel, comfortable, polished, and quietly in control. That starts from the ground up. The cornerstone? A good loafer. Loafers are the bridge between too casual and overly formal. They allow for movement and ease without sacrificing elegance. That's why they're the preferred choice from Milan to Florence, no matter the season. When choosing your pair, avoid extremes. You don't need flashy buckles or thick soles. You don't need wild stitching or trendy silhouettes. What you do need is this: clean lines, solid construction, and materials that wear in, not out. Stick with suede or polished leather. These textures catch the light in a subtle way that's far more flattering than synthetics or canvas. Choose colours that integrate into your wardrobe. Deep browns, rich burgundies, classic tans. And remember, slim doesn't mean narrow. You want a profile that feels refined, not cramped. Something that reads thoughtful, not trying too hard. Once you shift into this mindset, something else happens. You start to notice how the right shoes make everything else look sharper. Your jeans, your jackets, even the way you stand. That's the beauty of it. You don't need to overhaul your entire wardrobe. You just need to fine-tune the foundation. And for many men, that starts with footwear. So, if you're looking for practical suggestions, I have two that strike the perfect balance between timelessness and comfort. The Santoni suede slip-on loafer is crafted in soft, luxurious suede with a low profile that makes it ideal for both casual and semi-formal occasions. It's the kind of shoe that doesn't just complete an outfit, it enhances it. Then there's the Crockett & Jones Boston loafer in burgundy. It's not Italian, but it fits the aesthetic beautifully. Clean, elegant, and understated, with a deep colour that pairs effortlessly with navy, grey, or cream. Both options bring a sense of ease and purpose to how you dress, and more importantly, they send a message without needing to say a word. Because after 50, style isn't about chasing attention. It's about earning respect with subtlety, consistency, and care. And a well-chosen pair of shoes? That's where it all begins. You'll find both options, and a few others, linked in the description below. Chapter 5. The final touches. By the time you've chosen the right blazer, trousers, shirt, and shoes, it might feel like you're done. But style, real style, isn't just about the big pieces. It's about the finishing touches. The subtle things that separate the man who's dressed from the man who's composed. Italian men over 50 understand this better than anyone. They don't leave the house without a belt that complements their shoes, a pair of sunglasses that fits their face and their personality, and maybe a timepiece that says, "I know who I am and I'm not in a hurry to prove it." Let's start with belts. The wrong belt can throw everything off. Bulky buckles, cheap leather, odd stitching. That's why you'll often see Italian men reach for woven leather or soft, understated pieces that blend in rather than shout. Take a woven brown leather belt. It adds texture, but keeps a low profile. It looks at home with tailored trousers, but just as fitting with dark jeans and loafers. It doesn't demand attention, it earns it through cohesion. Next, let's talk about sunglasses. Most men treat them like afterthoughts, something they grab at a gas station or impulse buy on vacation. But over time, a signature pair becomes part of your visual identity. Italian men know this. That's why they favor timeless shapes like the Persol 649s, a frame that's been worn by actors, architects, and thinkers for decades. It has that perfect balance of nostalgia and sharpness, something you can wear in your 50s or 70s and never look like you're clinging to youth. The key here isn't flash, it's fit on your face and in your life. And finally, the watch. Now, I'm not here to tell you to buy a luxury watch, but I will say this: the right watch grounds you. It reminds people, and you, that time is something to be used well. A clean dial, a solid strap, and maybe just a hint of heritage. Whether it's a mechanical timepiece or something more contemporary, a good watch adds weight, not just to your wrist, but to your presence. It shows you care about time, not just keeping it, but valuing it. These accessories may be small, but they do something big. They show intention. They tell people you finished the look. Not because you had to, but because you chose to. And that's the real marker of style at our age. Not youth, not trend, but clarity, confidence, and care. So when you're putting yourself together for a dinner out, a meeting, or just a walk through town, don't stop at good enough. Finish the thought: a belt that fits, sunglasses that flatter, a watch that carries meaning. These aren't extras, they're essentials. Because in the end, it's not about dressing up. It's about showing up, fully, intentionally, and unmistakably yourself. You don't need to dress like someone you're not. And you don't need to chase trends to prove you've still got it. In fact, the most stylish men I know over 50 aren't the loudest in the room. They're the ones who know exactly what works for them, and they stick to it with quiet confidence. They understand that refinement isn't about perfection, it's about intention. A well-chosen blazer, a tailored trouser, a clean pair of loafers. It all adds up, not just to a better outfit, but to a better sense of self. Because when your clothing reflects who you are, steady, thoughtful, and composed, people take notice. So if you're ready to dress with more purpose, everything I've mentioned is linked for you in the description below. And remember, looking sharp after 50 isn't about holding on to the past. It's about stepping fully into who you've become.